Hello, everybody. It's great to check in again. I'm going to do sachet this time. Haven't done that in a while, I don't think. I don't remember it anyway, last time I did it. But thinking about sadness and any sadness in my life is probably related to seeing my grandma decline. She's had a recent fall the early part of December and has engaged in rehab and just I think struggled to get enough traction to return home. She'd been living independently by herself. She's been a widow for a number of years, and this seems to be a real life changer for her, and it's looking like she's probably not going to return home, which in some ways isn't all sadness. I know it's the end of a chapter and certainly a much different way of life for her, but in a lot of ways, I think a more positive atmosphere for her, and just a lot of pluses, I think, in a skilled care setting. And be that as it may, there's certainly some sadness, I think, for us as a family to see the loss of that kind of freedom and independence for her. But angry, I'm not really angry. I leave that to Chris Hamrick to be angry. So, and scared, I'm not scared, but my 10-year-old daughter, interestingly enough, was scared to go back to school this week after Christmas break, and so one of the things that we've been dwelling on together, the kids and I, is Psalm 56:3, and David wrote, "When I'm afraid, I will put my trust in you." So that's something we've committed ourselves to memorizing, and I encouraged her to use it as a prayer in times like that when she feels that. She's shown us a streak through her that's an anxious one, and she's got that element to her that she fights, and so I cling to verses like that I think are great reassurance to us as believers that God calls us to put our trust in Him instead of letting fear and being scared dominate. So happy. I'm happy to report to you after last time I talked about back issues I've been having. I'm happy to say that I have not returned fully to 100%, but much better than I have been. Doing some physical therapy, getting on my inversion table a lot, going to see the chiropractor regularly, and so I'm happy to report that it's much better than I have been. Excited. Got a couple things that are happening in the spring here. I'm the president of a local board that puts on an event the third weekend in March at the Interstate Center in Bloomington. So plans are really getting traction for this year's event, and so that's exciting. I'm not naturally a big event planner kind of guy, but it does get the juices flowing to cooperate with a great group of people and to think about what an amazing event it always is. And it is fun to be a part of it. And I sort of pinch myself sometimes that I'm the guy who is the president of the board of that now. So that is exciting. And tender, finally, to wrap it up here. Had a interesting conversation, and a surprising one at that, from a gal in my congregation who's had some major health issues really ever since I've known her, but lately it's been kidney failure, and she's been on dialysis, and she just informed me that she's at peace with not continuing to fight. She'd been on a track to receive a kidney donation and an organ transplant, and that was sort of the mindset I had in prayer and in conversations with her, and things seem to have really changed for her in her intent and what I guess her outlook on what the rest of her life looks like, and perhaps the shortness of it at this point. So, yeah, tender certainly in that, and thinking about that for her, and it's always one of those difficult things to walk with somebody through, and something I don't have a lot of experience in, but counting on the Lord to guide me and give me the wisdom, I think, to be who I need to be through this time for her as a support. So blessings to you all, and again, great to connect together.